and welcome to another tutorial. So we are going to do the 9 patch, and if I do the 9 patch successfully we may even do the double 9 patch. Woo-hoo. So let's get straight into it. We are going to need 2 colours of fabric to start off with. We are going to need 3 strips of one colour, ta-da, and 3 strips of another colour. Now the strips are going to be 4.5 inches wide and approximately 15 inches long. The length doesn't really matter as long as it's longer than about 13 inches so that we can get the blocks out of it. So, you know, don't worry too much about the length. So we've got 3 of one and 3 of another, and we're going to sew them together like this. We're going to take one strip, thus. Oh, that was a bit posh, wasn't it? And we're going to take another strip, thus. And we are going to sew this strip to that strip. So fold it over, 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way down, sew it there. Open it up, and then we're going to take another one. And we're going to do the same again. So we're going to flip it over like this, line the edges up, 1/4 inch seam all the way down. And your first one should end up like that, a bit like a big licorice all sort. That will be the first one. Now the second one will look something like this. So we're going to have the colours reversed this time. So you'll have that one, and then you'll sew this one to this one, and then you will sew this one to this one. Okay, so I'm going to rush off now and go and do that, and then I'll get back to you for the next part. Okay. Okay, so what we should have now is 2 pieces of fabric that look like this. So we've sewn them together. That's the front, that's the back where we've sewn them. I'll just spin that around that way, and then here's the other one. Okie dokie. So that's what we've got. So what we're going to do now is we are going to make the squares. So we're going to take our piece of fabric, and I've already straightened one side of this, and we're going to slice off 3 lots of 4.5, because if you remember, our width of our fabric was 4.5 inches, and we want to make squares. So with a straightened edge, use your ruler, 1, 2, 3, 4.5, and try and measure it up as best you can. And I always do a quick double check, 1, 2, 3, 4.5. So I'm lining it up at the bottom here, and at the side, and at the top. That looks about right, so that'll do. And that should be a nice cut. There we go. So that's one. So we'll just put that out the way for now. And again. There we are. It's roughly about right. I'm not doing it incredibly accurately we're just on the camera, but obviously if I was doing this for a quilt, then I would be a lot more accurate. There we go. And then the last one, and you will have a little bit of fabric left over, but it's always better to have too much than not enough, and because that will be no good, would it? 1, 2, 3, 4.5. There and there, we're fine. And that's our waist. So now you should have 1, 2, and 3. that look like this. So now we're going to do exactly the same thing with our other piece of fabric. So I'm going to cut those and then I'll be right back. And here we are. So that was what we had. And then I've cut the other ones as well. It's very difficult to get all this in camera. There we go. There we are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strips all together. Now this is the fun part. Now I must say I have actually just realised that you can actually get 2 9-patch squares from this. I didn't realise that when I did it, but hey, you know, that's what we've got. So this is where we start to play about a bit and mix them up. So you take 2 from your first one and 1 from your second one, which makes no sense until I show you. So let's just say, so we've got that one, and then this one in the middle, and there we have a 9-patch. Ta-da! As easy as that. And obviously now I realise that I have 3 left over, so I can make another one. Or you can swish them about a bit if you want. It's either pink is on the outside and in the centre, you can swish them about. You can have those on the outside like that, and you can have a pink one. No, not a pink one, a green one in the middle. So you could have it like that, or you could have one of each. Entirely up to you. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to sew them together. So we're going to go that over there and sew down that side, 1/4 inch as always, and then we're going to go that over that side and sew down there, 1/4 inch as always, and then open it up, press the seams, and away you go. Now what you might find easier is if you can see on the back here, those seams are pressed downwards. So what you might find easier if you make sure that this middle one, the seams are pointing upwards, so that way your seams will nest, and then the opposite for this one. But we all know how to do that, don't we? Okay, so I'm going to sew these together and then I'll show you the finished block. Okay. And we're back, and there we go. One lovely block. So I'll show you the back as well. There we go. And there we are. One 12-inch 9-patch. So I think I might show you the double 9-patch. So I'll go and start that now. May as well use the other squares up. Okay, so that has been the 9-patch, and that's all for now. So I shall see you at the next one. Okay, bye.